What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Future Revolution. I am really excited because I am finally home. Yay. That was a long trip, especially right before the holidays. Before we jump into this, guys, do me a favor. We're like 100 subscribers from hitting 500. Let's see if we can make it there by the new year. 100 subscribers. I know there's more than 100 of you guys viewing it because I can see the analytics. So hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you're enjoying the content, so that way you get updated on future content. But what we're going to jump into now is, before we get to the ugly of the update, let's jump into Epic Invasion. And because I actually find this event to be pretty worthwhile overall and actually fun. The main thing about the Epic Invasion that I like the most is that if you're not a dedicated Spider-Man player, or you don't really care about that, you don't have to play this event, because truthfully, outside of collecting some of the, getting your opportunity to collect some of the, like relay challenge event rewards, which are pretty easy to complete, going into the crafting, even not necessarily that great. Basically, they've lowered the requirement for you hitting the top tier, because you're only going to get like a 4-star region costume box that costs 1,000 of the Sinister 6 seals. Outside of that, I don't know why they did this, but this is definitely a nerf to the event, because basically you're only getting a you're getting basically 40. If you completed all of these, you'd basically be getting 50 Spider-Man tokens. So because it's a 1-star Spider-Man, and you can do it 5 times per your squad, so it's 10 tokens essentially, so it'd be 50 tokens. Why they just didn't give a 3-star Spider-Man for this event, I'm not sure. I don't know, it feels weird. Not to mention the odds that you're going to be able to get 500 of those doesn't seem very high, and I don't think the time is worth the seals for that, so it's really weird. On top of that, they did give the ability for you to go ahead and try to obtain some of the 4-star pieces for the costume, so you can get the Spider-Man No Way Home mask set. This affects 2 of the abilities, the Spider Swing skill, and then the Webcraft skill. So I don't even really know how much it's worth in terms of doing that. Outside of that, you can get Mysterio's treasure box, which has the similar, same rewards as they were before, essentially, and then you can get the Sinister 6 battle badge. But you can still go and craft some of your high grade enhancers, and to be honest with you, if I'm being honest with you, the high grade enhancers are probably better than any of the other things. And the reason why I say is because your 4-star region costume box is realistically, it's not a selector like it was previously, so I don't really see the value in it. That's just my opinion, but you might feel differently. And then the Spider-Man No Way Home set, because they were generous enough to give everybody that uniform as a basic prize, basically everybody got that at 1 star. You essentially have the look, so you don't really have to worry about anything in terms of that. Like, as long as you collected the Embark on Adventure with Spider-Man, you've got it at 1 star. You essentially have it. I don't see any high level players using this costume outside of the customization. But it's a cool looking uniform, no doubt about that, but I just don't see any players using this as like a actual set for equipping a Spider-Man. So the relay challenge event is cool. The Sinister 6 crafting event is cool. Like I said, the really good thing about the event is if you're just not all hammed in, then you don't have to worry about it, especially because unfortunately this still hits on one of those monikers that King brought up about the thing. If guys, go check out his channel. Basically, if you look at it, the rankings on here, the rewards, this is one of those things, like if you're not gonna go all in and go ham, then you might as well just not go ham at all, is basically the deal, right? Because you can see that like the 4-star region costume box parts is gonna allow you to get like costume box head shoes, but then you'll get the costume draw ticket and the title. I still hate the fact that they give this title away to the top 1 person, because the title is obviously going to help you overall with your squad. So that's the reason for Wales to basically have a reason to go ham, because I think otherwise players in general would just say, fuck it. But like if you want to push to be in the top 4 to 10 reward, then I guess you're good, because you get one costume box, which is the equivalent of what you're gonna get from from collecting all these dang seals, and then you'll get 10 costume tokens. So that's really good. The costume tokens, it brings up an interesting point, because I'm dying to see how this plays out. This is just to sidetrack a little bit, but basically the costume draw event, they have temporarily closed it. Yeah, guys, so they have temporarily closed the special region costumes. Mostly they said that they applied the wrong rate up. Yeah, so yeah, so they applied the wrong rate up. I haven't been around in the community to tell whether or not the rate up was exceptionally high, like people were getting costumes easy, or if it was a matter of, you know, it was too low. But I am assuming, because I haven't seen any players complaining, that it was too high. I do have it in one of my other videos where I did a comparison of the uniforms to see what the rates were. So I'll be able to go back to that video to specifically look. But like if you look at those rate ups, it's like 0.166 for a special costume. Now you don't have the ability to get those rate ups anymore. So we'll see what they are. But let's jump inside the Epic Invasion. Because the event's not that difficult. It has a interesting mechanic for it, but overall it's just, you know, it's not that difficult. I haven't collected a single 6-star badge for this event yet from the event, so I haven't collected a single one from here. It kind of peeves me off that I haven't either. Now the recommended level for everybody is about where the event was before, so as long as you're about 950,000 power, you should be able to roughly do the event the same. I knew people were going to jump out the moment they saw this 108 dude inside here. I don't know what the hell that is. So yeah, we'll see. So the invasion event just has one mechanic. The majority of it feels really easy in particular, but there is I hate, you know, insta kill mechanics, but they definitely have the insta kill mechanic inside the game. Basically, when you get to the last stage and you're fighting Mysterio, he is going to summon a quadrant pool where it does like poison damage, lightning damage, frost damage, a couple of different elements basically. And when that happens, you're going to have one of those quadrants keyed to you. So you'll have like a color to you, and you basically need to be inside that quadrant in order not to take damage. Now the really screwy part about it is that they'll trigger back to back, so you'll be in the middle of applying skill effects and it'll just kind of jack up. So let's see if I can show you. But in the beginning part right here is basically just a battle to take down the Sinister Six. You can see Doc Ock. The holographic illusion part, you know, is decent. I would have preferred to have just seen the actual characters instead of holograms, but knowing that the main villain is Mysterio, kind of, I don't know, I guess it kind of helps with that. But you basically beat those guys down, and then Mysterio deploys these illusion pods. And don't be fooled, you don't need to beat those guys right away. You need to, you know, destroy the illusion pods. Like, that's the important thing. So we got to beat up Mysterio. Wait, did he not destroy his illusion pods this time? Okay, so I don't know what happened, but we didn't get the illusion pods this time. So you can see right now, like, I have the white above me, so I got to get to this zone. So now with that, I don't take any damage, and it summons again. Jesus, it summons again, and you have to get to the other zone. So that's the mechanic essentially for this mode. It's really not that difficult. Now once he gets down to like power level 3, he'll do that shit a couple of times, and it can be pretty annoying, like, if I'm being perfectly honest. So now I've got red. He's blocking me for some reason, so I can't do it. Now I got to get to the other side if I'm not stuck in my animation. And you see how simple that is, right? It's, oh shit, I forgot to completely get over to the other side. Oh, I almost died. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm talking to you guys on the mic here. It's a really simple event, guys. Like, you know, you'll have these guys on the outside dealing damage to you, But overall, those guys dealing damage to you on the outside aren't dealing significant enough damage pools to distract you from taking on Mysterio. Now, it didn't show it inside there, but you do have the ability where it will show up, and they'll, you know, let's try this again. Yeah, we're only at 10 minutes into this video. So you do have the ability where he will drop pods that will resummon the Sinister Six that you originally beat, and you need to destroy those pods before he will appear. So it's kind of like a luck of the draw kind of thing, I guess, which one you're gonna get. And obviously one is going to help you get higher points than the other. They still haven't really fixed the point scaling thing, and that's the really sad part about this game still, is that knowing that they're having invasion events where some characters that are playing just simply are not going to have the ability to compete to get to the top. Like you see Snap, he's from X-Force, and he's all the way in the top position leaderboard with Storm right now. Storm is a force inside a lot of the game modes that, you know, require AoE damage and massive damage outputs. Yeah, she's just a beast, especially like when you look at like Spec Ops. So see, this is the part right here. He summoned these, so now you have to defeat these little pods right here. And when you defeat those little pods, then you can defeat the Sinister Six villains. Looks like we're destroying them pretty quickly. Of course, my character is just not doing any damage, even though I'm nearly at 1.5 million. It fucking hurts my soul. And I can show you my numbers. My numbers are pretty goddamn good now. So I'll actually give you guys a little update on my character at this point, because I did switch my character into the Nano Fusion set, which I'm pretty happy about. It's taking forever to reach Nano Fusion levels. I might end up having to say I'll give up on the cards overall. Let's get rid of help avatar weapon, get rid of. I hate seeing me in the top. If I'm in the top, I know that I'm just, everybody else is weak. This is the truth of the matter. I'm not even gonna kid around about it. So we got the illusion destroyed, activating Omega Flight. So okay, he took forever to come back this time. So now we just basically go back into that same kill phase stage where it's now Mysterio, and he's going to basically do the same exact thing inside here where we have him summon. Now with this part, you will see that you'll have more of those illusions on the outside than you know, what previously was there. The new targeting system does make it so that way you have to lock on him at this point, because otherwise you will target something else on the outside. So I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, my Doctor Strange is caught up in freaking summonings. Another bad part, you can see this, like there's another bad part about playing Strange, right, is that my man just does not seem to, he is just stuck inside animations. Even trying to use dodge out of the animations. I wonder if they changed that, because it's like weird. But he's like, I'm noticing inside this mode, he'll do a lot of his skills and he is now stuck inside those skill animations. So we've got one player down already. Maybe he didn't understand the mechanics or something like that. Now this part right here is interesting. It kind of reminds me of Loki's thing, but it doesn't do enough damage for you to be concerned about. If I'm being honest, it doesn't really. If you're getting killed by that, then you might want to go down to level 4. All right, so I'm in green, so I'm good right now. Now I need to get over here to green. All right, good. So you can see it's not a hard mechanic, but it's one of those mechanics that is definitely gonna, you know, put you out of being able to just auto play this. Now obviously I say that with the caveat being that obviously if you get Jesus, he went back to back on this one. I don't even think I was in the right one that time. Which one? Jesus Christ, I'm about to die. I say that with the caveat that obviously you can defeat Mysterio before this triggers off. And so if you have a powerful enough team, you know, yeah, you still wouldn't have to worry about it, because you can easily melt him before this gets here. So I imagine guys like Snap and you know, he definitely probably doesn't probably have to deal with it. So it makes it pretty easily to auto, but otherwise it becomes a pretty hard auto mechanic if you can't do that. But this, out of all 3 of the invasions we've had so far, this is probably the most most auto playable one. So that's the event, the invasion. So I want to show you guys, I'll finish out showing you guys my build on here, because I mean, it's not anything special, but I did switch out. I did it in one of my other videos. I might not have posted it yet, actually. I might not have posted it as I'm thinking about it. I might not have posted it, but basically I did the Nano Fusion for my character, so you can see now that instead of having the previous, I'm getting a cool 16.3% defense pierce, 16.2 critical rate, which was a drop for me, and then 24.1 critical damage, which was a significant drop because I was at 40% before. But my original piece of gear had stats effect accuracy, which wasn't really helping me at all, so it was a dead piece. I still do have one dead piece of gear here, and that's this one right here, the Hydra Empire gloves. That technically still is a dead piece for me, because you can see I've got critical damage decrease 54% and guard damage decrease. I can tell you right now that playing Doctor Strange, because even with my stats, so if you were to look at my stats inside here, you see my stamina recovery is at 160.8, my dodge rate is at 63, so I'm near the limit on there. My critical rate is at 60. My critical damage took a hit from 230 down to 28, but I was okay with that because my defense pierce is now at 48.7%. And you can see my cooldown decreases at 48.1%, even though that one's a little misleading, because I can be higher inside my cooldown decrease. My cooldown decrease is actually somewhere in the 70th percent, but I would have to have the max cooldown right here go higher in order to have that effect. And then, you know, like, I don't really necessarily contribute anything towards PvP damage, so I'm working on building up these. The problem with Strange is that he doesn't have any way to innately increase certain stats like defense pierce, total damage, max, well, he does max damage inside of specialization, but I mean like on his cards and stuff like that, like crit rate, crit damage. So you spend a lot of time trying to hunt those stats instead of being able to distribute points towards these stats like super villain damage and, you know, PvP damages and stuff like that. So it's a little bit harder to do that with a character like Doctor Strange. So I am working on those stats inside in the game, whatever, and I am looking at most likely trying to get rid myself of these gloves to see if I can't get some better rolls. Like, for instance, I'll come over here into the rankings and we'll finish up the video here, so that way I don't get too long for you guys. I love looking at the rankings to see where everybody is inside the elite rankings. So for instance, Yags is still sitting. I wonder if that name's gonna get changed. Obi sucks monkey balls. I haven't seen his new name, so that's funny. I know that's Jags, the Obi sucks monkey balls. If you don't know who Obi is, so anyways, but if you were to look, so you can see that I'm in top 5 of players on this server. Busy, who started his channel as well on YouTube. Go take a look at Busy's channel. Definitely one of the really good players for Doctor Strange in the game. If you were to look at his though, like, I think he has some pretty really cool roles for his. So his gloves, you can see he's got guard damage decrease, critical damage decrease, defense and dodge rates. So there's not like a shit ton of love going on there on the gloves. Multiverse, Injustice Legends, he has pretty much the same. So, you know, you can see defense and dodge rate and guard damage decrease. And this is partially where I'm going with this, is that what I would like is gloves. Jesus Christ, of course. Of course Yags has this, but I would like to see something more in the line of this, where my dodge rate is higher, so I'm getting innate stats from my dodge rate, because unfortunately I'm not Spider-Man, I'm not Black Widow, I'm not you know, some of these characters that innately have access to dodge rate. So I have to improve my dodge rate by other means, otherwise I'm locked into using pieces from the set like you know, Lord of Darkness, so that way I can increase my dodge rate overall. But you can see, like, even on here, wow, this is a really good roll on there. Critical damage and defense pierce he's Yags has. And then this is, we probably do better on this roll right here, but that's a pretty good roll for critical damage, guard damage, accuracy rate, and crit rate. I would have loved to have accuracy and crit rate. And then we can see he's getting a total of 39.1% stamina recovery. Wow, that's nice. That's fucking amazing. Amazing stats there. And you can see he's using a card setup pretty similar to mine. The only thing is that I'm missing out on a Spider-Man card, and this Spider-Man card would help me out immensely. I know it would help me out immensely in terms of bumping up my stats, in terms of my overall attack, not to mention the bonus stats from here, but I have not been lucky enough to get it. His card damage overall, he's got some really amazing cards. Like, these are god tier level cards that he's basically rolled on here. Yeah, my boy Yags he's pretty bad. That's a pretty badass build, and he's near 2 million ranks. So there you guys have it. That's the epic invasion that's going in there. You can see what the rewards are. I'm happy that right now they have it set up so that way it's not something that we really have to we don't really have to go ham on for the event, because I've not really been a fan of it, if I'm being perfectly honest. But all right guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.